another Bunkai Strategies. And on this occasion we're going to look at the move from Pinan Yodan or HEIAN YONDAN, where the hands come down to here and then we bring them up. And so there's a lot of things that you see and hear about this move. Some people will say things like the guy's coming in with a front kick and you're going to block to here before you turn and block someone coming the other way. And as you can tell, we don't really favour that kind of answer because chances are you're going to get kicked in by two people if that happens. So instead you have to have a look at what these hands can be used for. First one, the most simple one, could be a simple redirection. Those big punches come flying in and we just bring that down and scoop it before we come back in with the hip. So the scoop down could just be to redirect that. Now if we take it that the first one goes to this side and yet the most common kind of attack is a right hook, then we can say that when that punch comes in, I'm just going to intercept that and then bring the hands down here. And therefore, making my big back stance with the knee sticking out to the side becomes something very, very valid because I'm going to bring his head, or at very least his chest, down onto my knee. Then we have slightly more integrated things. Sometimes you'll hear that the guy's got you in a bear hug and you're going to break the bear hug and then step out to the side and do a palm heel strike behind you. Maybe, but you'd need to put a twist on it. Because if the attacker's behind me, and even if I manage to get this apart and then step out to the side, my strike isn't going to be at its best trying to hit back here. I'm going to need to be this angle in order to make that have a little bit more penetration into the target. So adding an angle is all well and good, but why don't we just give this move an application that fits with our ethos of dealing with an attacker who might actually be trying to do us some harm. Certainly not saying that someone who's bear hugging you isn't, just saying that there are other ways of dealing with them. So when this big hook comes in, and we've got other things we can do, but we're going to deal with it in the HEIAN YONDAN version, which is to say we intercept it and then we hit the back of the head. And as we hit the back of the head and bring him down, you've then got, what do you do with the arms coming up? Well, we like to slide this one here and then bring this one here and then set him here, which gives us a fine reason for standing around like that and explains a little about why the move might be slightly slower in its performance, because I've got to get that locked on, and if we go for a fast lock then we're actually just striking, which is valid too, but at the same time the kata performs it slowly so that we get that thing locked up. So that would show that way. While we're on the purpose or the subject of what goes on the inside of the move, you could say that this is the inside of the move because the action takes place in here as we bring the body down. But you've also got, what do you do if we reverse the attacker? So when that big hook comes in, if we bring him into here, then now we're pulling the arm this way, and now bringing it back up, I can scoop this one under here and turn his face in here, and we just bring that around and drop the other side too. So the trick for that kind of application is to say what happens when we get that attacker to be reversed so that we're looking at the back of him. And the palm heel strikes can come this way, and anything we raise up, you could do something as simple as hit him, but at the same time, if we can do the drop and then get him locked in, then we get that same set just from the other side. So the quickest look at the first moves and the reversal of it from HEIAN YONDAN, Pinan Yodan, where we're bringing the hands down and bringing them up. Looking at striking application, a little bit of locking up, so a grappling application. And of course there are many, many other applications that those moves can do. What we'd like to do is to always offer alternatives instead of perhaps the most obvious ones.